Pick Up Summer is a 1980 teen sex comedy directed by George Mihalka and starring Michael Zelniker, Carl Marotte, Karen Stephen, Helene Udy, Thomas Kovacs, Joel McNamara, Joy Boushel, and J. Robert Mays. If this van's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Why do I get the feeling this film was originally called Pinball Summer? Oh yeah, it was. I went to arcades back in the 80s, and I do not remember cheerleaders rah-rahing out front for nerds playing Pac-Man. Here's something to cheer about. It's the last day of school, and summer is starting in overdrive with the legality of wearing these headphones while operating a motor vehicle in question. The gals follow the guys to the arcade and soil the wife of a city councilman. 1980, when oil flowed freely in the streets of the United States of America. She then goes home and complains to her husband.
Oh, shut up, Frank. It's those damn kids down at that arcade.
Why is her getting splashed by oil by two cars driving by on a public street the arcade's fault? It doesn't matter because this plot point and these characters will not be seen again for the duration of the film until a cameo at the end of the movie. Greg, Steve, Donna, and Susie stop by the local Choke and Puke and are amazed by this.
Ready to challenge this wild and crazy pinball machine?
You say something?
Don't just stand there, vacuum brain. Pull the plunger.
The pin game did.
Yeah, it looks like Wimpy's come up with another special.
Technology! There's some back and forth between Greg and local douche biker Bert, leading to a scuffle and the fuzz stepping in. Hey, don't worry, this doesn't go anywhere either. They head back to Pete's Arcade. I guess they may be connected, but I can't tell, so who fucking cares? Pete tells him about his idea of a pinball championship with prizes such as a cheap trophy and a date with the pinball queen. Then they harass some snobs who actually aren't being snobby, then head to the mountains to make out, smoke some dope, and they get tripped over as they round second. Then they return to civilization only to mess with the elites again, who have still done nothing at this point. So what I'm saying here is these two guys are a couple of assholes.
Hi, Greg. Can I help you?
Your zipper's down.
You wish. I don't have a zipper. Don't give me a hard time. I've got work to do.
You're not really wearing pants either. These assholes then have fun with condiments as Bert steals a prize trophy of pinball arts. Meanwhile, the girls are washing their car. You know exactly where this shit is going.
That's the hose, please.
That perv got busted. The gang goes to liberate the legendary pinball trophy of 1980, leading to a chase across town and a squad car pulling a Buford T. Justice. They head back to the diner and hide the trophy in the AI pinball machine. Then they go to a carnival and get a montage because Canada doesn't have linear plots. I don't think riding like that is really safe. Back at the diner, Wimpy discovers a pinball ward of Canada and hides it elsewhere. He cuts a deal with Bert that if he can join his gang, he will give him the trophy. This then turns into getting Wimpy laid, and Steve and Greg discover that he has the trophy and they want it back.
Hey, let's get the trophy back.
Jesus, how pathetic is this getting? All this for a fucking particle wood and plastic trophy. Bert gets Wimpy some tail and then supplies him with all he needs.
Now I want you to use this. Don't worry, I used it already.
Ew.
Me too!
What are you doing, turkey?
Oh god, and now his mouth's on it! As Wimpy tries to get his dick wet, the guys search the warehouse for the trophy, but Bert shows up, causing a ruckus. He finds Pete fooling around and the trophy magically reappears and is in the possession of the original owner. Meanwhile, at the hotel, this guy busts in, interrupting the stooping, leading Wimpy to steal this guy's clothes. Probably getting more disease from that trench coat than actually making it in that motel room. It's really starting to feel like this movie's Groundhog Daying itself. Problem is, these two guys are still a couple of assholes. We get another montage at the lake with some dope smoking, but Bert and the gang arrives to spray paint a large penis on the side of that sweet van. The guys go for vengeance, knowing that they don't use nails in Canada, and set up for Bert to rip the front off his biker clubhouse.
Assholes!
Yes, they are. As are you. They plant a radio transmitter on the snobs that once again have done nothing to these pricks, and they end up being more entertained by what they hear than a normal person would be.
Oh! Can't you be more careful?
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Tongue's bleeding. What a klutz.
She's half.
I promise.
Only if you promise not to go all the way, okay? Oh, she's a good girl.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the parents split, leaving Susie and Donna home alone. You know where this is going. And are they sisters, or... At this point, who fucking cares? They throw a party featuring a pinball machine. Is that a guy with a dummy? I didn't know it was going to be that kind of party. Sally and Wimpy play some strip pinball, and even though she starts slow, Sally manages to make a comeback.
Hey, Wendy, now it's your turn. We're about to see the 8th, the 9th wonders, and the
Wimpy reneges as Bert sets off a fire alarm, and the firehouse arrives. Then everybody gets hosed. Mom and Dad show up.
Oh my God, what the hell?
You do realize even without the firemen showing up, you would have been busted anyway. And they get grounded. The guys go to the drive-in and we are introduced to this couple, which will lead nowhere, so I won't address it anymore. Shit, I already like the film they're watching better than the movie they're in. They harass Todd and his girl some more, even though they still haven't done anything to them, and the girls decide to sneak out and go to the disco, because why the hell not? Steve and Greg wind up playing the Todd tape for the drive-in folk.
Come on, Pam, tonight's our night. We've never done it before. I won't hurt you. Don't you think you'd be a little more comfortable with your slip-off?
What the hell?
This goes on way too long. Wow, that's assault. The guys then go to the girl's house, breaking 2 windows in the process, and are met with the disco guy dropping them off. They mark their turf because why not?
Stop it! Stop it now! Miss Knockout went dancing, that's all.
I guess we're not good enough for you. Not like sweet stuff over here.
Stop acting so juvenile, okay?
Yeah, no shit. The next day, there's tension in the air. Donna then makes play for Bert. He must still have feelings for her. They go on a bike ride. Wow, she is really getting friendly. Is that Lou Reed with a joint? They come back, but Greg steals his bike and the chase is on. Now remember, Bert really hasn't done anything to Greg. Donna's the one that came on to him and he just went along with it. So Greg's answer is, running his bike off a fucking pier! It's time to call the police and sue his ass. At least Donna knows she did wrong and gets back together with Greg. Yippee! Wimpy agrees to help Bert win the pinball championship in exchange for that sweet membership he desires.
We would all like to have a few words from our very own Counselor Frank Jones, the man that made this whole thing possible.
Drain the swamp! Drain the swamp! Before the match, we have the meat market where the crowd will pick the pinball queen. This takes too long and is fucking stupid.
But it seems we found our very first pinball queen in Miss Donna McLeod.
Hey, Donna's the pinball queen. Such a fucking plot twist. Sadly, this is not the end of the film. It's time for Greg versus Bert for the championship. It's never really explained how we got down to these two, and we never see any other pinball matches, and I don't care. It's time to wrap this shit up. Then we get to see about 10 minutes of exciting pinball footage. So they are playing a pinball machine based on the movie that they're in. This is kind of like Canadian Inception.
Go down on him, Bert. Drop it to him. Let's go, Bert. In there, Bert. Get going. Let's go down. Let's go. Go down on the machine, Bert. Let's go, Bert. Let's get it.
Oh, God. Holy shit. This is boring.
Look up there. Send it back up. Send it back up. How'd you do that?
Finally! Fuck! Wimpy's button causes a tilt on the machine, and Bert is declared the pinball champion, until he blows off Wimpy, who admits that the machine was rigged. Bert runs off, and we have yet another chase for that stupid fucking trophy yet again. Sally falls out of a truck on a pinball machine, and Bert crashes, I guess, but they don't show it because budget. They take the trophy at the end. Pickup Summer is crap. Just crap. It's a colostomy bag of a film that just keeps repeating itself over and over again. This thing is an hour and 40 minutes long. Too long for a teen sex comedy, even if it was good. This movie sucks. Greg and Steve are pure assholes, bullying everyone they come into contact with. Essentially, they are the bad guys, with the remainder of the cast being a stereotype. The biker, the fat guy, the promiscuous girl, the airhead girlfriends. There's nothing here other than wanting it to end. If people consider Justin Bieber to be the worst thing Canada has ever unleashed to the world, I would have to say Pickup Summer is a close number 2. I do have a theory why the title was changed to Pickup Summer from Pinball Summer. Because nobody was playing pinball in 1980. They were all playing fucking video games. A year after this film, director George Mihalka would give us another film that was anchored in an 80s genre, that being My Bloody Valentine. That film is superior to Pickup Summer in every way, and even features many of the actors that appeared in this film. And ironically, the killer in that film, Harry Warden, is more likable than anybody in this piece of shit.
Rita.
Care for a toke?
Oh.
Have a nice evening, ladies.